fire, bro.
All right, here we go.
Can everybody hear me?
Everybody in here. We got about 1 more minute. Gotta get. What's going on? We even started 5 minutes early for y'all cats. Good evening, Sunday. Can y'all hear me? Am I all good? Am I straight?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Happy Sunday, Super Friends Sundays, man. Neo, what's going on? So
man,
look,
we here, man. It's a beautiful Sunday.
Everybody here. So we see the topic is why men are having successful women. So we can kind of break this shit down so y'all can kind of understand where y'all going wrong at, man. And put your questions in. The super chat line is open. No excuses. We're going to get to it. Let's start with Lawrence D. Adams, man. Superman, you got to get your take on it.
Can you hear me?
You all clear?
You all clear. You can hear me clear? Good. I'm using the mic. That's why. Okay. Woo! I thought about it all day. Why men, one of the reasons why men are not successful with women is because they have, hold on. They have this, cut this music off. They have this theory that they have one-itis, that there's this perfect woman out there that's just for them. And that if I get her, everything will be all right. So they have this theory that there's only one perfect woman out there. And so when they have that mindset, that causes them to be unsuccessful with women in general, because they're constantly looking for this perfect unicorn out there. So if they can change their mind from thinking about this unicorn is out there and begin to just approach women, their success rate will go up. But they have to get out of their mind of searching for this unicorn that's out there. She doesn't exist.
That was a good little breakdown right there. Red Pill, what you got to say about it?
So the question is, why are men not successful with women, correct? Hello?
Oh, yeah. I'm muting my shit for you.
Nah, so good. Well, just like how we spoke about earlier, Afi, my answer to that question would be, it's all about the mindset, because, we can talk all day about, what guys should do, how they should approach women, what they should say, all these different tactics. But if they don't come with the right energy, or AKA the right mindset, it's all for nothing. So I'm not even going to give you a long-winded answer, man. To answer your question quickly, is basically the mindset. A lot of guys do not have an abundance mindset. So they feel like, oh man, if I don't get this chick, then, it's all over. Like, nah. Another thing may be the fact that, excuse me, guys nowadays may be too sensitive. Like, if you go up to a chick and you try to holler at her and it doesn't work, like, it's okay. Like, you'll live. Like, it's not the end of the world. Where guys feel like, well, I don't want to get shot down again, because the last time I got shot down, I felt like XYZ. But like I said, I'm not going to be too long-winded. But bottom line is, it's the mindset guys have nowadays. They don't have an abundance mindset. And because of that, they feel like they're getting something when in actuality, we as men are the prize.
Good shit. What you got to say, Wiz kid?
All right,
You see
so
a
I
lot of failure.
completely wait. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say three main things. First of all, I completely agree with the mindset. That's like the biggest overall thing. But I feel like under that mindset, there are like a few other things that like lead to guys failing. And one of them is simply, like you said, the abundance mindset. People, the difference between the guys who are actually going to be successful and the guys who aren't successful is the guys who are successful aren't afraid to keep going and keep trying over and over and over again. Like guys who are successful girls get rejected too, but they're so used to talking to so many girls that they also get accepted by a lot more because they end up asking a lot more or they end up talking to a lot more. Whereas the guys who aren't as good with girls are just going to talk to a few, get rejected, and then they're going to give up. You can't do that. And then there's also two other things. Guys tend to screw up two things at the beginning of an interaction with a girl that leads to them getting in the friend zone. One of those is they don't break the touch barrier. And this, for whatever reason, makes you seem more of a friend in her mind. So you want to break the touch barrier. You also want to start flirting from the very beginning because you don't want to act like you're her friend. You want your intentions to be like clear, but also to be a little mysterious to her. And then the third thing is you can't try to build a connection, like rapport with a girl at the very beginning. You have to flirt first. If you try to build rapport right in the beginning, what it does is it makes her view you as a friend and somebody who's just trying to get into her pants, so to sorts, or however you want to say it. But yeah, I'd say those are the main things. But like you guys said, I completely agree. It's all in the mindset, the abundance mindset. So yeah, that's my take on it.
That was a really, really good answer. How I'm gonna say? How I'm gonna top that? What I want to say about it? Why do men not have success with women? I feel like it's because they try to get flawless victories. That's what I say. They scared to fail. You know what I'm saying? And some failure is not even all that bad, but they look at them all bad, and they just try to master this shit before they go out there and do what it is they need to do. You know, and the best teacher is fucking the best teacher is experience because I can tell you about how to do things and what not to do, but until you go through it and you feel the failure and know that what you have to do next to try to avoid that feeling, then that's what's going to teach you the lesson. That's my take. That's my take on it. I'm a quarterback to you, Red Pill, because I see you reaching for the camera. What you want to say? Go ahead, quarterback, Red Pill, bam.
I mean, is that what we're talking about? Is why men aren't successful? I mean, we could talk all day about that, but like I said, we just broke it down to the mindset. Another thing I think we should speak about is the fact that I don't know about you guys, but in my experience, a lot of guys don't even want to know this. Like, I don't say they don't want to know. It's like they don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept like, okay, um, the abundance mindset, staying on your purpose. This all they're thinking about is, oh, I got basically the white picket fence, married with kids and all that. Like, I hear all that, but we got to stop and look at like where we are in society right now. I think times have changed since the 1950s. So I think a lot of guys got to realize, yeah, it is different. Like, all right, let's. What you guys think about chivalry? I mean, we all do our thing with women and all that. Like, what's your thoughts on chivalry nowadays?
Go ahead, somebody take that. That's a good one.
I got it. I got you. Um, my take on chivalry is I feel like girls like feeling like women, so like they like being courted to a sense, but I feel like chivalry comes in more once you have a relationship with the girl and like being that kind of guy like on romantic dates once in a while. I don't feel like it's something that you do when you're trying to first get the girl. I feel like it's more important to have the abundance mindset and stuff like that. And if you are being super nice and doing all this chivalry for the girl at the very beginning, it kind of gives off the sense that you're going to do whatever you can to get her, which I don't think is the best idea in the very beginning, but I feel like it can have its positive effects later on in the relationship for sure.
All good, all good. Lawrence, you want to touch on it? Your gentleman beating?
I think what it comes down to is chivalry. That there's a time and place for chivalry, but also your intentions and why you're being chivalrous. Sometimes we can do it because we're trying to get the girl versus it's just who we are as being chivalrous to a woman. So it comes back to what is your intentions for doing this? Are you doing this because this is who you are at the core, or are you doing this because you're trying to obtain the woman? So I think being chivalry or being is not dead, but it's something that has to come from the right place inside of you. If it's for the trying to pick up a girl, you shouldn't be doing it. But if it's coming from a place of this is who you are, and it's coming from a genuine place from who you are, it should be done at the right time, as the weird kid just said. It has to be done at the right time, because if you do it at the wrong time, it can send the wrong signal to the woman, and she can end up easily sliding you right into the friend zone, and you don't want to do that.
What's a big mistake that you made doing that? Doing things at the wrong time?
That I made?
Yeah, that you made. One that you were up.
Man, I got a book on mistakes. I got a book on mistakes. I've been chivalrous. One time I'm thinking back. This is back in the early '90s. This had to be about '91. I was in college, and this girl I was dating, and I ended up buying her stockings, buying her all kind of stuff, and opening up doors and things like that. And which is nothing wrong with doing all that, but I did it at the wrong time. And what happened is she ended up leaving me and going with somebody else. But I must say this for me, I had her, we were in college, I had her drive me to the next city to go see another girl. So, I'm just saying, I still was pimping about it. You know what I mean? I did have her drop me off at the girl house. And she knew who the girl was because they went to high school together, but we all went to college together. I stayed a whole 5 hours. She came back and picked me up and took me back to school. So I am saying, stuff do happen. But I'm just telling you, that was one of the times where I did do it the wrong time.
How Vegas treats you? How Vegas treats you?
Oh man, let me tell you this. I had a good time in Vegas. Soon as I got off the plane and got into the car, we were heading to a very nice restaurant. It was a tapas restaurant. Boom, she paid for everything right off the bat. Now, granted, whatever the case may be, I told her I didn't have all the cash. I'm just being completely honest. And so we ended up having a good time. We went into the mountains. We had such a wonderful time. I would not have traded in for anything. I had an excellent time. I know you're trying to get at, but I ain't gonna say that about that. I'm completely transparent. That didn't happen.
You can take it where you want. That's on
right.
You.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I guess at my age, I'm like it's certain times when you can just go in for the kill, boom, 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 boom. And there's other times you cooking something and you put it on a low heat. And you let it cook. Just let it simmer. I put it on low heat. I didn't try to make no moves. I didn't do all that. We were cool. We chilled. We laughed. We kicked it for a while. Let's put it on slow heat. So when I go back to Vegas, or when she come back here, I can turn the volume up because I'm the one turning the volume up. A lot of times guys miss that. They think they got a hit immediately. Yeah, you can, whatever the case may be, but sometimes you got to know how to play the cards right. Play the cards right.
Preach.
I say that again.
I said, go ahead. What you was gonna say?
I've been saying that a lot of times guys miss that because they're so desperate to have sex because they ain't had sex, and so they got their dick in their hand instead of having it in their pocket. And what I mean by that is that their whole motive is I gotta get this, I gotta get this, I gotta get this. Don't you think the woman can pick up that energy that you thirsty to have sex? When you're not thirsty, I must say this, they give it to you like taking candy from a child. They give it to you.
Right.
Most
Can I say
guys,
something about that?
please do, please.
Yeah. Okay. I I've I came across this tactic I've learned like a few months ago, but something that's really effective is you almost friend zone the girl at the very beginning, but then you still flirt with her. But like you make her think that you only think of her as a friend, but you flirt with her and build the attraction still. And so it makes her want you so much more because you seem so not desperate because you friend zoned her, but you're still building up the attraction. So like you said, where like you act like you're not thirsty at all. That's exactly what you'll do if you use that idea or that concept, and it works really good. So
Let me jump in real quick. Let me add on. I think overall, what I would say is one thing I don't think that has been said yet is you want to start the way you want to finish. So another way of saying that is it's easier to be an asshole in the beginning and a nice guy, you know, later on, like you said, when the time is right, as opposed to being a nice guy in the beginning and then trying to switch over and trying to be an asshole. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. So overall, the way I am, you know, I was raised to be chivalrous, open the door for women, pull out chairs and this, that, and the third. But I know I can't initially do that to women because they're going to look at me like, you know, like I'm a sucker, you know, like that's the way chicks are nowadays. But I say that to say I'm not a full out asshole, you know, when I first meet a woman, but you know, I could be a little aggressive, you know, more aggressive than I used to be growing up, thinking, oh, I don't want to be aggressive because if I do, it's gonna scare her away. And nah, this is who I am. Like I've been told I'm aggressive, so I'm gonna be who I am. I'm gonna basically when I'm first start dealing with a chick, the main thing I tell myself is be myself. I don't want to pretend to be anything else because then I'm gonna have to continue pretending to be that person later on and so on. Nah, I'm gonna be me from gate. And if you don't like what you see from gate, save us the time. You know what I'm saying? You could go your way, I'll go my way. You know, we keep moving like that. So overall, man, start the way you want to finish.
yeah, dude. To add on to that, I completely agree. And like game is like such thing, but who don't have game but are women, the reason it always ends up being is because they're not afraid of who they are. Because even if you don't have any clue what you're doing in game, but you just be straight who you are and not afraid of who you are, you'll still have success with girls because that's nothing but confidence. And when you're who you are truly, you come across very congruent and you basically pass all the tests and stuff just naturally because it's who you are. So that's something I just wanted to add in there.
I agree 100%. But that goes back to what I said. It's the mindset because I realize confidence is not confidence exudes an energy because I was just thinking this today. Like ever since I think because you know the way I grew up, you know, two parent home, you know, basically I grew up around love, you know, godmother, a bunch of cousins, female women, you know, basically saying, you know, basically uplifting me. So I never grew up with you know, feeling insecure, let's say, when it comes to women. So I say that to say I was confident before I even knew I was confident. So people would be like, I remember being 11, 12 years old, people were like, oh, why are you so cocky? And I'd be like, why are you saying I'm cocky? I haven't said anything that isn't true. I'm not exaggerating anything that I'm saying, but I come to realize like sometimes your confidence can make somebody else feel less than. Like nowadays, my saying is if my presence makes you uncomfortable, then that's a you problem. Where other people will look at that and be like, all right, I have to adjust myself so that the people in the room can be comfortable. Nah, man, this is who I am. This is who I'm coming. Like when a lion comes and roams through the jungle, he's not adjusting himself because the zebra starts shaking and all that. That ain't got nothing to do with the lion. Man, I think I went off in a tangent. My bad, man.
All good. Shoot it to somebody, man. Put
Yeah. Damn, where we at? Yo, all right. I throw to because I like talking to WizKid because you know he's of the younger generation, so I like to see like where their mindset is at and all that. So do you, I don't know if I asked this before, but do you believe or what effect do you believe social media has had on dating, on women's thinkings, mindset, or just the mindset of people in general? What is the effect of social media in society now?
Right. What I teach like my students or like people that like ask me for advice or whatever is I always teach this like phase called introduction, which is where the girl first becomes aware you exist and first like gets a vibe from you, whether that's on the street, in a hallway, something like before you even talk to her, it's like the vibe you give off. And I feel like social media is such a great way to start off becoming becoming off as attractive to girls, because if you have a fun Instagram, girls are going to think you're a fun person. If you have a Instagram that's full of you with pictures of other girls, that works with the abundance mindset. Girls are going to think he's with a bunch of girls, he must have a bunch of girls, and that makes him more attractive because of pre-selection. So it all works to your favor in social media. Like I think it helps you get in the door. I don't think it gets you any further than that, but I think it definitely helps you get in the door nowadays.
I would have to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I would say I had to completely agree with what he said, because social media is a tool, and if you use it correctly, like Jackie just said, it actually opens up a lot of doors. What I do now, I don't even give my number out now. I say, "What's your IG?" And so I switch it up.
I was going to bring that up. That's the reason. Just for 1 second, because I was at a function the other day, and I was at a function the other day, and basically, long story short, these women were talking to me, and they're like, "Oh, do you have an IG? Let me get your IG." And it wasn't after a couple of chicks asked, and I was like, "Yo, this is the new let me get your number." And I didn't understand it, but when I thought about it, I'm like, "Oh, it's kind of like it's informal. It's like they could communicate with you, but you don't have their personal phone number. So if they want to ghost you, they can just ghost you, block you, and." No, yeah, but that's the reason why I asked that question, because I realized, like, wow, I didn't know, like, people don't ask for numbers no more. They ask you for your IG handle or to hit you in the DMs and all that. Like, I was really I honestly, there was like wow, I didn't know it was like that now. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Lawrence.
I'm kidding. Last night I was at a birthday party for one of my friends, co-workers colleagues at my job, and so I'm dressed to the nine, hat on, blazer, scarf, chilling, watching the game. Girl in the back by the door watching me. I ain't think nothing of it. I seen her. Of course, I checked her out. Nice body, nice, nice breasts. I'm like, all right. I didn't pay her no mind. I paid her mind, and I didn't, because I was watching the game. Browns won. I was happy. So I get a message from my friends like, "Yo, my friend is wanna know about you." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Okay." What they did, she gave the other girl my IG information. So the girl went to my IG information and stalked my page. Went through my whole page, looked at what I did, what I'm about, what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. Then she added me as a friend 2 o'clock in the morning. I said, "Oh, okay." So I wake up. So I already peeped her out. And I went to bed. I was like, "No, I'm going to get her." Pretty much. That's what I said. I didn't know how I was going to get her, but I'm going to get her. I wake up in the morning. She added me as a friend. So I immediately messaged her and said, "Interesting." I didn't put no, "How you doing? What's your name? What's your mama name?" I asked none of that. I said, "Interesting." I left it very vague and up to interpretation. She said, "Very." And then I started off, and I immediately, I'm gonna get the rest of the game of it. So immediately we conversate for a minute. I said, "No, stop. You have to text me." She wanted to keep on talking on IG. I said, "No, you have to text me." Then I stopped messaging her. Next, I hear a little buzz on my phone. Ding! "How you doing?" You guys must take them from IG to this, to this, to the next level, because you can get stuck on IG and never go any further. Immediately, I gave her a command. I didn't ask her for her number. I gave her a command. "You text me." We can do all the talking and chit-chatting on there we want. I'm not going to do that. I don't have time for it. Actually, I was getting up and getting ready to go to church. I don't got time. So I got to go. Boom. Next thing you know, phone going off. She's messaging me. "I was stalking your page." "Oh, really? You were." 2 o'clock in the morning. IG is just a tool but you got to know how to use the tool to take it to the next level. Don't get stuck on IG. Make her text you. Don't ask for the number. You text here. You call me. Give her a command.
You see the comment. It says a woman giving her IG page to you is not comparable to getting her phone number. A woman giving her phone number to you holds way more weight. Anyone can get a female's IG or Snap, so I disagree with that. Being a woman's number still shows more interest than getting a girl's IG page.
I see where they're coming from with that, but they gotta understand it's like it's not me asking for their IG page, it's them asking for my IG page. So it's like a soft way for a chick to ask for your number. That's how I took it. I didn't take it as the new way for a guy to ask for a chick number is for an IG page. Like I don't ask chicks for their IG page. Like that's not my thing. But what I'm saying is I peeped that if a chick wants to holler at a dude, the way they get at him is by getting their IG page. And once they have their IG page, then they can hit them in the DMs to, to have those conversations and whatever, without looking too forward at the function. Like, hey, let me get your number. It's like, you don't know if this dude got a girl, you don't know what it is, but asking somebody for the IG pages, at least at this point in time, is still innocent. So that's how I took it.
I mean, I just missed that whole question thing that person put in there. I'm sorry. A phone and an IG is a tool. A tool does one thing, is to get to her. What's so complicated about that? It's a tool. If I get her number, I'm gonna get her number eventually, or I'm gonna get her number either way. It's just a tool. We have to realize it's not an end all and be all. So I mean, talking about it's not comparable. Man, sit down. I've been doing this for years on IG. I'm sorry, you got me stirred tonight. I don't even, you know what I mean? Sit down with that. It's a tool. If I get her number, I'm gonna do the same thing. Text her, call her. I can do that on IG. Sit down with that. You can use any tool to get what you need to do.
Yeah, I gotta co-sign that, man, because I still Instagram, man. Because the thing about me is I like to pre-qualify the chicks first anyway. When I meet chicks, they don't mean that I want to go with them. I want to be their man. I want to hang out with them. I don't want them to know. I don't even know most of the time at first. That's why I gotta see.
I like what you're saying about like the Instagram. I feel like Instagram is like a great way, like when you're DMing her, it's a great way to pre-qualify her, like you said, before you give her your number or get her number, because you're not taking that risk. And then you can almost set it up and be like, you know what, you can have my number like once we see how cool you are or something like that. And then kind of make her prove herself in order to get your number too.
That's it right there. That's it. He's vetting her. You vet them through on Instagram. Are you qualified to be with the king, with the prize? I may let you get my number. It's vetting.
Tell him. Check the next comment.
We really don't have to make. I can't even see the next comment. What's good? What are you talking about? Texting. Don't go into talking about. She's texting me. It ain't about. Oh my God. What is this about? What? I can't even see what he said. I see what y'all saying, but a woman will give her IG page to anyone. Trust that. I understand she would give her IG page to anybody. Great, but she when she give it to me, the king, she's going to be vetted to see if she even qualified to go to the next level. I can't speak to anybody else. I'm not everybody else. I'm not even everybody that's on the panel. These guys better wake up. Y'all just got me stirred up today. I'm really low key. Chill.
Red Pill, you got something?
Keep it going. But not. All right, with IG, speaking about social media, another thing as far as like IG is concerned, I think, because like I was telling Afi earlier today, my focus is really on like the younger dudes, maybe like, early 20s, maybe to late 20s, early 30s. And when I realized for my younger brother being early 30s, my nephew being in his early 20s, these dudes are not social no more, man. I mean, even if they do get the phone number, even if they get the IG page, they don't know what to do once they face to face with the chick anyway. So it's like, all right, so what we're gonna argue about? Them getting the IG page, phone number, and we're not even addressing the fact that once they have a chick in front of them, they don't know what the hell to say or how to act, or they putting chicks on pedestals. Like, I don't even know where to start when it comes to these dudes, man.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys' problems is they think that they can build all this attraction on like on texting and stuff, which you can to a extent, but like the majority of communication anyway is body language, and people have to recognize that you have to be able to do it in person, and you can't just rely on your texting skills all the time either. I just feel like some people like to just hide behind their phone. Like they'll get the number and then they'll just hide behind their phone. Like the purpose of texting should be to get a little attraction, but to get out on the date, like to get her in person. It shouldn't be just to talk about pointless stuff too.
I mean, you guys tell me, can charm translate through text? Because I'm not a texting type of dude. Like, I usually text just to, set up a date, set up a meeting, whatever the case may be. I don't go through long conversations. But do you guys feel that charm can translate through text?
What I'll say about that is I feel like it can to an extent, but I feel like you almost have to have a connection with the girl, like a little bit of a flirting connection already. Like you have to have developed it in person first, in my experience anyway. So I feel like it can work, but I feel like it's a lot less effective than it is in person because it's hard to get the vibe and like
exactly
it's not the same. At least
exactly, I agree.
I will have to disagree partially because I have text women to the point where their panties are coming off. I'm just being straight up, and we're gonna be. I'm not saying that you cannot build that, but what I'm saying is I have a message right here in this phone right now. She's ready to jump over here via just the text message that I sent her because of the language that I've used. So what happened is a lot of guys don't know. They texting, "How you doing? What you eat for breakfast? How your dog doing?" They're not even shooting their. I don't even want to say shooting a shot because nobody. I'm not shooting my shot.
He just cut out there.
He got too hub. You got Lawrence out of his character. Lord, he broke the glass on the glass.
Oh, wait, he's back. He's back.
Him shatter his champagne glass.
It's causing her to want to take her.
Damn.
What you saying? Dude, they gotta wake up. I kid you not, I do it all the time. I got a message now. I'm in church. Praising baby Jesus. Getting a text message. You out of church yet? I'm getting a message saying, I want you to look at this video. I'm in church I'm getting the butt video.
Yeah. Can I say something about that? I feel like when it comes to like sexual talk, you definitely can build the sexual part of it over text, because I know that a lot of girls like books like 50 Shades of Grey and stuff, and if you learn to talk like that and develop your language into that when you are texting her, it can definitely be effective that way. I just feel like in the initial stages when you're first talking to her, like I feel like you have to have a little basis in person beforehand, and then like the flirting part of it I feel like is harder to do over text. But once you escalate more sexually, like you're saying, I definitely 100% agree that girls can get horny from sex or sexual messages on your phone. That's definitely true. So
100%. 100%. I say that because I got my man's. He's a little older than me, but man, if you look at this guy's text message history, man, like he'll show me a text where he'll text a chick like, I wanna skull fuck you all night till snot come out your nose, and I'll be like, what? But the response is emojis with heart eyes and all this, and I'm looking like, that's when I learned, like, he was the dude that taught me, like, yo, he's the one who taught me about the dark side of women. Have we spoken about that yet? The dark side of women. How women pretend like they only like a little missionary, little doggy style, but They wouldn't mind a little scarf around their neck and choked out. Are we going to that subject yet?
I feel like that's a good subject to go on to, because a lot of girls are gonna be like politically correct, and they'll never ever say they like that stuff until they really trust you.
Hey,
But
hold on.
the
Hey, hold on
majority
real
of girls
quick.
do like it.
China White as a female. China White, give us a question, man. Ask something that you always wanted to ask a man. Ask or any one of us particular. Ask us. And Trav said, give some top-notch sexual text messages.
I'm gonna have to cost you for that top notch text message, dog. Because what I do, boy, I'm telling you, it's dangerous. Dangerous. People be flying from across the country to get here, rather than snowstorms. And I'm telling the honest to God truth. Snowstorms from Jersey to Cleveland, trying to get down here to find out what's going on.
But let me be a little clearer. I'm not saying that. I'm not even speaking about women exposing themselves as women exposing themselves as, the freak that they are. What I'm saying is that dudes don't know how freaky women are. I remember the first time I choked a chick. When I put my hand around her throat, I was, I'm not gonna lie, it was my first time. I was a little timid, but as soon as my hand touched her throat, I swear she had like a little grin on her face. I said, "Oh shit, this shit is for real." So the point I'm making is a lot of dudes don't know that chicks want it more than us. Like they think about it more than us, but because society makes them think that, basically they don't want to be called whores and sluts, even though they're trying to make it a thing now with the slut walk and all that. But bottom line is women don't want to get called sluts and whores by other women, which is why they pretend like this, that, and the third. But I'm not even talking about that side. I'm talking about dudes need to understand. Well, first of all, they got to get the mindset, get that confidence. Once they gain that, then, because I preach it a lot on my channel, you got to dominate in the bedroom, man. Because you could be all this confident dude. You got a nice watch, nice car, what's this, and the third. But you go behind closed doors and you can't put it down. Like, what are we doing? And you're not knowing that this chick wants to get, what's the word that I like to use? Thugged out. These chicks want to get thugged out. Once I start thugging chicks out, I got treated differently. Like they look at you like a man. Like you're not just some little boy that's just sexing and you going out, you eating. Like you putting it down, you making her go dodo. Like I like to say on my channel, you putting it to sleep. Yo, man, it's a whole different relationship, man. But yeah, y'all go ahead, man. I be going on rants. My bad.
Man, dude, let me tell you. I guess I'm sensing the old head, the old man on here. You must you must make them tap out. I can't take it no more. But I must say this. You got to make sure that your dick game is together, that you're healthy, that you can keep it up. Second of all, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna throw this secret out there because I think some guys need to really hear this. If you play your cards right and you get her to the point before you get her in the bedroom, that all you got to do is when you touch her, she's already having an orgasm. Let me say that again. If you get her mentally stimulated prior,
yes, sir.
Little foreplay. By the time you insert, because I want to now, the guy got to bring my professional side out. By the time you insert your penis inside of her, she's already coming. Having an orgasm. I don't know I'm too old to be doing all that stroking. I can do it, but I'm too old to be doing all that. When time I get in, you better get it because I'm getting it too.
Yeah. I love what you're saying, because girls so much, like, I don't think guys understand that, like, you have to stimulate a girl emotionally and get her emotionally heightened before she's gonna want to have sex. Like, once you get her to that emotional state, her logical mind is just about turned off. And then something I like to do when I'm doing stuff like that is I like to do like push pull, but in like a sexual way. Like, you can kiss her for a little bit, but then you like pull away and say no more or whatever, then just kiss her neck a little bit and then push her away, because it just makes her want more and more and more. It's like a game and it's so fun. But you get her emotionally heightened, talking about deep things, feelings, and then just start kissing her neck, and then, like, you know where it goes from there.
I'm gonna tell you, I was telling Alfie this, I think a couple of weeks ago before I went to Vegas. I was out with my dude. I seen him about 15 years, whatever the case may be. And he was talking to one girl, so I had to be the wingman. It was two other girls. So they ended up saying, "Won't you sit in the bar?" One sat on the left, one sat on the right. I think I told this story. I'm gonna say it again. So they were talking. So finally, I switched the conversation. Notice, I switched the conversation. And they would start talking about, yeah, I ain't allowing no man tell me what to do. I dogged the man I was with. I went, interesting. So I let them talk. I said, listen, let me tell you something. This goes back to my point, the point that was made about choking. So I looked at the girl. I said, listen, you want me to give you an example if you ever did that to me? She's like, what? You want me to give you an example if you ever, think you was going to run me? She said, sure. I grabbed her by her neck. I only met her 20 minutes prior. I grabbed her by her neck, got close to her, and said, if you ever got out of control like that with me, I will come in your face. She shook, oh my God, and almost slid out the bar stool. Next, so the other girl on the right of me didn't hear it. She said, girl, you got to hear what he said. What did he say? He probably talking crazy. She said, no, you got to hear what he said. So I said the same thing to her, grabbed her by her neck. Do you understand the power of doing this? Please know when the right, let me say this because I don't want nobody talking about some Me Too movement. You told us to grab girls by the neck and you guys are, no. There is a timing to do that. You must know body language. You got to have your timing correct and when to do it. I grabbed her by her neck. She almost jumped out the chair. Please understand, as was said, women want sex more than what you do. But what they have been socially conditioned and to not present that out there because they do not want to be viewed as or judged as sluts or hoes. But once you get past that veil, Doc, let me tell you, you might have be on the blue pill. I mean, blue pill in a sense of taking the Viagra because you ain't gonna be able to keep up with her because she's gonna lay it down. Women want it more than what, that's what guys need to understand. I'm teaching my sons, 15 and 17, 18. They want it more than you. Wake up, brothers, wake up. Stop thinking that they don't want it. They want it. They may not say it the way you think they should, but they want to get choked out.
I really agree with the stuff you're saying. I feel like a lot of guys always try to be politically correct, and that leads to a different vibe because you have to give off the dominant vibe, the teasing vibe. You have to give off that vibe in order to pull off something where you're putting your hand on their neck or something like that. You can't just be like some nice guy and then start grabbing her neck like you're coming across as a creep, you know what I mean? So like you said, you have to have that mindset. You have to come across as a guy who would do something like that. It's just a good thing to keep in mind. But girls love anytime a guy is dominant, and being dominant turns her on. So
100%. But yo, if I could take a quick left turn in the conversation, this is another thing that came to my head because it's a conversation I had with my nephew. Like I said, he's younger and all that. Another thing that I think that's affected the dude, like the target audience that I'm speaking of, the early 20s to the early 30s, is the fact that pornography is so accessible now. So because pornography is so accessible, you got these young dudes basically on their phone doing what they do and not looking at it like, yo, let me go out and holler at a chick, let me find a chick, to do it that way. Because me growing up, I'm not gonna say how old I am, but I needed a VHS tape to see something like that. So my thing was, when I got horny, I went out there and and I hunted. I went out, find a chick, spit that game, use my mouthpiece and got a chick. Now these dudes, because of social media, because of electronics, you got dudes who don't even want to go out and socialize with chicks. They don't even know how to socialize with chicks. And when they get to the point where they do get horny, what do? They go on the internet, look at the freest, porn site, do what they do, and they in for the night. So what's your thoughts on that? The accessibility to so much porn that we have now.
I'll shoot because I'm just today. I don't know what I'm drinking in this little glass of mine right here. But I'm gonna just shoot right quick, man. I was on that kick with that pornography stuff. I had to make a decision. I got to stop doing this. I was getting women on the outside, but I was still stuck on that. What it does, it cheats you out of the enjoyment of a woman because you're constantly in your mind thinking about she needs to compete with what you've seen on the internet. Let me keep it 100%. I just told my oldest son, no masturbation. What did it? No masturbation. It cheats you. It takes your life force from you. I'm telling you like it is, man. I've been there. I struggled there. I got a t-shirt that says Pornhub on it. I know, but it cheats you out of life. Now you don't know how to go, like you just said, you don't know how to go out there and talk to a woman because the first thing in your mind, maybe she can't do like I see on Pornhub with 500 views, 600 views. No, brother, no, wake up, wake up. It cheats you. And when you do that, and let me tell you another thing, because since I'm on this, since you said that, you actually training your muscle, which is your penis, to be sensitive to your grip and not a grip of a woman. So you will not be able to actually enjoy the woman, enjoy the sensation to the level that you need to, because you loosen to a tighter grip, which is your hand, versus her vagina. Come on. Y'all should, this is some game right here. Like you said, this is expert level game right here. Please understand. You're cheating yourself. And then what happens is it becomes a perpetual cycle where now you're constantly looking at that. You in your room, under the covers, whatever, hoping nobody hear you. And what happens is you never, ever enjoy the real experience of touching someone because you're lost in your imagination. I gotta keep it real.
Wow, I couldn't have said it any better, man. I'm telling you, it's an issue, man. It's an issue. Like, and I can understand the saying. Some people be like, there's this ex I don't want to deal with, or this particular chick I don't want to deal with. You know what? Let me rub one off. You know what I'm saying? And after they rub one off, they be like, I don't really want to deal with chick no more. I understand that. Maybe that's whatever. That's an exception. But as far as dudes on a regular basis, like that's their thing. Like I knew dudes like that growing up where that's their thing. Like, oh, yo, I just finished, jerking off. And I'm looking like, yo, what? Yo, it's like 3:00 on a Wednesday, fam. Like, what the, yo? And those are the type of dudes who weren't motivated, who didn't have a particular mouthpiece. Like he said, it's a good idea to tell his sons no masturbation, because now when they get horny, they got to decide, like, okay, what am I going to do? I got to go out and go get it. And that's how you learn. Now these dudes ain't learning, man. All they want is a quick fix. Microwave, man. Microwave, man.
Yo, I got something.
Go ahead.
I agree with you guys to a decent extent. I don't think that masturbating with porn is a good idea because, like you guys said, it fucks up like your head, like, and it makes the real thing way different. So I don't think that you should do it with porn, but I do think that if you can do it and learn to do it in your head and you practice like different techniques, it can help you improve too.
When you say in your head, what do you mean? Like you just like, what do you
mean? You imagine it happening. Like you'd imagine it happening in your head. It's something that I've found that a lot, like my friends that I've like talked to before, like a lot of people have trouble doing it because they're obsessed with watching porn, but it really helps you overall. I've read if you can do it in your head and you practice different like strokes and like different areas and stuff, because it can actually help you improve when you're actually doing it.
I can't understand what you're saying. So what you're saying is that you do it in your head, you build your mental fortitude so when you do have sex that you don't just be a Johnny on the spot. The other side of it is there's a technique where you actually do touch yourself, but you train yourself not to ejaculate. What happens is once you train yourself not to ejaculate, it makes you last longer in the experience with the woman.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so what you do is you bring yourself to that point. You stop. You don't bring yourself to when you ejaculate. That's when you expend your energy. But you bring yourself to a point where you can hold your erection for a longer time. So when you do get with a woman, you're able to last longer in the bedroom.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. That's so true because I mean that's what I do, but like I've read that online too. Like I let it get up to that point and then I stop. And then I get up to that point again and then I stop. I do actually end up like having an orgasm or whatever, but like the concept is the same. Like that definitely works. It helps you hold it in longer too. So
and the other side of it is this. There's a difference between ejaculation and having an orgasm. Men do have orgasms. So there's a difference. So there's a technique when you can have an orgasm or when you ejaculate, you don't ejaculate just in your genitalia area, but you ejaculate through your whole body. And a lot of guys are just focusing on that one area and then don't allow that energy to rise up through their body. So they have a full body orgasm versus just a genitalia orgasm that's at the tip of their penis. So let me stop. I'm on. Y'all got me stirred up today.
I didn't know we was going there. They're not ready for that. Let me add on to that.
Put the video on now. The club came out. He taking them to school.
They not ready. I ain't know we was gonna go there. I love where we at. So let me just say this, because I said this in a video in one of my videos before. As far as like holding your ejaculation and all that, I think the term is semen retention. But regardless, one of the videos I made, I said if you got a chick that thinks she got fire puss, you know what I'm saying? When you beating it up, you make sure you make her happy, you make her come, you make her orgasm, you do all that, and you don't nut at all. Now when you make her come, you make her nut and do all that, and I'm talking about you like Lauren said, you putting her to sleep, you putting her through the ringer and all that, and you don't nut? Because she's used to the last 10, 20, 50 dudes. She's used to them nutting in like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. But if you beating it up 20 minutes, 30 minutes straight, she done nut 3-4 times. She's looking at you, she's gonna start looking at you like you a monster. But that goes back to energy also, because one of the things I've learned is the times that I've, orgasm with a chick, like, yo, like I'm drained, like, yo, like I'm just laid out. But I know the times that, like I said, I beat it up 30 minutes, 40 minutes, made her come 3-4 times, and I ain't nut. She's on the bed laid out like a crime scene, and I'm over here still doing jumping jacks, like, yeah, I'm ready for round 6 and all that. So it's all about energy transfer also.
And I feel like something a lot of guys don't realize is that if you don't have the greatest like game when it comes to like keeping it up or like stuff like that, like you can learn to get really good at like oral, because girls love that too, almost probably more than actual penetration. Just saying that too.
That's very interesting. You even bring that up. I was going to say, now there's a difference too. You should be able to have sex and not be drained, because there's an exchange that goes on. She's giving and you're giving. And so now, even with the oral, a lot of times guys do not give oral sex right. They scatting, they're scatting on it, and they're not giving it the right way. You must, and we're not going to that class because y'all need to pay for that. I'm not saying what to do, what it is, but you must know how to get her to that point where she's having multiple orgasms while you are having oral sex with her. There's another technique, and all I got to do is do like this. That's all I'm going to say. It's like this. So while you having oral sex, let me know this sign up. I'm not going to say any more. And I'm just going to do like this. That's all I'm going to say. Let me tell you, you will have to change your sheets. And that's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to give that information away. Like my dude said, this is expert level game. You got these geniuses on this channel talking tonight. And I'm not going to give away what this can do.
Yo, Alfie, you think they're ready for all this, man? You tell me, man. You think they're ready for all this game right here? I think this ain't level 101 right here, man. Like some of this might go over a lot of people's heads. Like, what we gonna do about that?
Man, it's gonna go over a lot of people's head, man. But we can't stop what we doing. We just gotta keep doing what we doing and let them catch up. You feel me?
I hear that.
That's all we gotta do, and that's all y'all gotta do. You spread the word, man, and y'all tell these people where to get the real man, grown man game from, man, and finesse game from all across the board. Every perspective, we touching everybody. We coming down like aliens, taking souls, and we teaching y'all how to take the souls too, man. It's finesse game.
DC? You don't know what you're talking about.
He wanted. He said it ain't been too long.
Yo,
Most of these guys, as was said earlier, are just using the 1-2 punch. They're used to just doing the missionary 1-2 punch, and they out. Let me give one technique I can't give away free. If you feel yourself about to ejaculate, what you do is you pull down on your scrotums, and what happens is it pulls the semen back down so that you ejaculate fast. Let me get that and repeat it again. What you do is you pull while you're in or wherever you at, you grab take your other hand or whatever, find your other hand, and you pull your scrotums lightly or you pull them down. What happens is it forces the semen from going out. Now this ain't no guaranteed technique, so don't talk about 9 months later after you did this, why she pregnant. I don't want to hear all that. I'm just telling you a technique that can work. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely.
Glass dropped his glass right there.
Damn, I should have had me some hot water to drink too, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have my cup next week, man. Word. So I could get really relaxed. Really.
This just some mango, man. Mango juice, man. I'm in my different chair. I'm in my couch now, my creative chair. So this a whole different energy.
No doubt.
Yo, guys. I have my own like side of this and how I deal with this, but I'm just wondering, for the audience, how do you guys deal with once you do have like a really successful relationship with a girl and it's going really good? How do you guys make sure that you keep her and don't become that needy person? I have my own strategies that I use to make sure that I don't ruin it, but I'm just interested in what your guys' are, and I'm sure the audience will be too.
Well, I could give a quick answer. I mean, I've always been the type. Besides my 8-year relationship, where I decided to jump ship and do another course, but besides that, I've always had the type of personality where I'm basically like a moving train, and it's a nonstop express train. If the chick has to hop on the train, if not, then it's not going to work. So another way of saying that is, I don't get entangled in that woman when I feel that things are going good, because, to use the terms of alpha male strategy, I pretty much stay focused on my life and what my purpose is, what my goals are, so on and so forth. So I've always been a goal-driven person. So I'm not the type of person where I achieve a goal and then that's it. So I'm just chilling. Like now, once I am close to achieving one or several goals, I already set others. So I always have my mind on other things besides women, and and I'm a thinker. So I'm a type of person, I like time to myself. So it's funny. I think people need a nice circle of friends, a good solid circle of friends, because when I find myself, getting quote unquote emotional for a chick, I go to my circle of dudes like, yo, I'm starting to think a little different, man. Like I'm starting to think about, doing this and doing that, and they be like, nah, it's okay to do that. She's been doing this, she's been doing that. So I'm the type of guy. I'm pretty much stoic. I'm a very stoic person. So when I start feeling any type of emotion, especially being from New York, oh yeah, nobody here from, well, yeah, Lauren's been in the BX. Yeah, these New York chicks is a little different. So it's hard for me. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard for me to trust a chick. So, I kind of, keep a little distance, but overall, I focus on my life, on, what I need. And if she can help with what my goal is, then that makes things even easier. If she's not a helper in that way, no, I can't even see myself getting really attached, to be honest.
Yeah, dude, I agree. Like keeping it focused on yourself, because all relationships, if you want them to really work out anyway, you both want to be growing together in your own ways, independently, but with support from each other. So, yeah.
let me say this. What happens is in a relationship, there's two different poles. There's the masculine and the feminine pole, or negative and positive. So when you're in a relationship, what happens is the two poles, because you've been together so long, begin to neutralize themselves. So what needs to happen is the girl gets bored. You know why? She knows you, you know her, she knows your routine. Switch it up in the relationship. Maybe you every day you come home at 5 o'clock and you eat Frosted Flakes with a spoon. I must go eat it with a. Women get bored. You must play in the playground of her imagination. If you do not do that, she's going to get bored. She's going to start, as I was taught, she's going to poke the bear because you went into hibernation. And so what you have to do, you have to switch it up. You got to keep her, like we was said earlier, you got to keep that mystery side of you, even in a relationship. And if somebody that's married to listen to this, even if you're married, because I've been married and I didn't switch it up. The moment I started dressing different and everything, I remember my wife like, what you about to do? Where you, I'm just going out, guys from work, her mind started going. Well, when you come back, when I came back home, she was in bed like this with a pillow. Why? Because her imagination is now going. Women are emotional, and you got to constantly keep them on that roller coaster. Constantly keep them thinking, keep them wondering, keep them deciding, what is he doing? What is he up to? But if you are predictable, you become boring, and women can't stand that. You have to become unpredictable. I think I did a show. You have to be consistently inconsistent. Consistently inconsistent. She cannot figure you out. If she figures you out, brother, your time is up.
Yep. A lot of guys, once they get the girl, they think like the game's over. Like they think that they could just like not care anymore and not like think about these tactics or whatever. But that's so wrong. Like you don't have to do it as much, I don't think, but you still have to keep that mystery. You still have to keep that spontaneousness. You still have to keep that guessing in her head a little bit, because if you don't keep that, the attraction will die down, and that's why there's such high divorce rates.
Yeah, you're definitely right. People think they only need game to get the girl and to get her panties. You need game after you say I do, whatever you're gonna do, how long you're gonna be work. You need like they got insurance before. You need insurance afterwards. You need game afterwards. Your game gonna have to be even tighter, because this woman is with you all the time. She see your dirty drawers and your stinky breath and your whatever the case may be. Your game gonna have to be even tighter because she's in your space. You think the game is you need the game to be, you need your game need to be tight down. Your game need to be super tight when you in a confined space with somebody, because they see everything about you. So your game has to go to a whole different level. Don't think once you get married or you're in a successful relationship, whatever case, that you don't need this game. Baby, the game never dies. It never dies. You need it all the time.
Killing it. Fire game.
Man, I don't think they're ready for all this, man. We went a couple places. I don't think they even work. They got different levels in college, like 105, but this was 500, 600, 700 right here. Class.
Yeah,
let's get some questions in the chat. Let's get out of here. Some questions.
Wait, Afi, what'd you say? You were cutting out there for me.
No, I said let's get some questions before we out from the chat. Let's see what they got to say.
All right, I hear you.
What up, chat? What y'all saying? What y'all feeling like?
It might have been too much for them. They're in overload.
They're all trying to catch up on their notes right now.
Please go back and listen to this again. This was nothing but pure unadulterated fire today, right to the bone. This right here to save your marriage, get you all the girls you want, just in this one pot, this one drop right here. It can help you all the way around. I don't care if you from 15 to 100. If you apply what's in this, which was said in here, you're gonna go to another level. And you ain't here. Oh, so okay. What do you think about the squirting? About squirting? Can you make a woman squirt with?
I don't like that shit. I can go. I don't. I don't like that shit.
Okay. What do you think about squirting? Can you make any woman squirt with technique? Let me say this because I actually like it. I think it's pretty cool. And there are techniques that you can use to make a woman squirt. But let me say this, even with techniques, she has to be comfortable in her body, and she must be in touch and tune with her sexuality to be able to even go to that level. If she's still guarded and then she doesn't want to experience it. See, when a woman has an orgasm, she's in the most vulnerable. She's already vulnerable already because her legs are open, but she becomes even more vulnerable because now she's in a place where she's completely vulnerable and out of control. And some women don't want to do that. So she has to be at that place when she's comfortable with that and comfortable with you sharing that moment with her. Can she trust you that you won't do anything with her? That's the mental side of it. The other side of it is there are techniques that I'm not going to share here that you can do to get a woman to squirt. But you need to first master the first part, making sure that she's comfortable in her sexuality and she's comfortable in her body and that she's comfortable trusting you to open that side of her up. I hope that answered it.
What time are we going to tonight, though?
I say about 10 more minutes. Just enough for everybody to get emotion. Or no.
This 105 right here, class 105. You ain't getting this everywhere on YouTube. You're not getting this. You don't think about it. You got these masterminds on here dropping information, content. They're not ready for this.
This stuff is just like, it's stuff that people simply don't know. 95% of guys don't know this shit. So like, whoever's watching this, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Red Pill, go ahead, get the questions out there.
You said, "Well, get my question out."
Get the next one. You edit. Keith the Great.
Question can I ask? I mean, I'm still stuck. These people are not ready for this info. Like, I've said this stuff. The stuff we talking. I'll be in the locker room of my job saying these things, and I'm telling you, I'll be outnumbered. Like everybody against me. Like, yo, what are you talking about? What do you mean women think like this? Are you crazy? And I mean, it goes from 50-year-olds from out the country, born and raised here, to 22-year-olds born and raised here from out the country. And I'm looking like, yo, I be feeling like I'm the weirdo. So why do you believe that? Or do you guys believe it's only 5%? If not, I believe it's like 3% now. The amount of times I talk to these dudes, why is it only like 3% of men think or have the mindset that we have? Like, what's going on?
I got you. I guarantee that almost all of it is because of this entire feminist movement and like men and women, or like women trying to like almost reshape men kind of into being very respectful and stuff. And like, as good as that is morally, it's simply not what attracts them. And that's just not what they don't understand. Because like, if you ask any girl, like, oh, are you more attracted to a guy who's sexist or a guy who's for equal rights and like loves women and stuff, they're gonna say, oh, I'm more attracted to the one who loves women and stuff. but
Exactly.
their actions are different. Like your actions are different than what they're saying. Because girls will say that, but then they'll go date the sexist asshole, and it's people don't understand that.
So I think that's another thing we should speak on also is that you have to learn how to read women because they don't speak with their words; they speak with their actions. So damn, I mean, we're in the Me Too movement, but there are times when you're with the woman and she says no, and she really means yes. Am I lying? But you gotta know how to read her body language and know to read tones and all that. But guys nowadays, like you said, they've been shaped to be so scared. They're not even thinking about touching a woman's hair. Like they're not even worried about messing up her makeup. Like, are you, if she don't come out looking like she just finished wrestling with, if she don't come out there looking like she just finished wrestling, man. If she doesn't come out there with her makeup messed up, her hair undone, my only question is, what the hell were you doing that whole time, man?
Yeah, and I honestly love the fact that this feminist movement and stuff is happening because it makes other guys way less qualified. It makes other guys not understand what they're doing and fuck it up, and it makes us even better.
Exactly.
So it's like,
that's why I'm not mad.
Of the crop right there.
I said that in the video. I'm not mad at you guys. I thank you guys. Thank the 95% because the options that I have now, it's almost like when I mean, I feel like you guys have this similar mindset. I feel like with this mindset, it's almost like I've said it before in the video. You're not even chasing women no more. Women chase you.
It's easy. Yeah, it's just easy.
It comes to you. The day I decided that, you know what, like I'm just gonna do me. Like, I'm not looking for a wife. I'm just gonna live my life, and whatever happens, whatever falls into my lap, no pun intended. Whatever falls into my lap falls into my lap. This, that, and the third. Ever since then, I've been attracting women, like to the point where I dress down now when I go out. Like when I'm in my regular day, I dress down because I don't want no attention from women. It's always, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Hey, do you know what this is like? Yo, I just want to go out, do what I gotta do, keep moving now. If I'm out and about, going about to the club or whatever the case may be, I don't go to the club, but if I go out and about, yeah, I'm gonna dress a certain way. My everyday life, ever since I decided that I'm just gonna live my life, I've been attracting women, man. I think they see that aura, like it's like they see the lack of thirst. They see the lack of thirst, and it intrigues them. Like, why isn't this guy thirsty? And he looks so confident. Like, I gotta find out why the hell is he not thirsty? Why the hell is he so confident?
Yes. And another thing with that is like girls, like everybody actually wants what they can't have, and everybody likes a challenge. And if the girl is getting the vibe that you don't even want to fuck her because you have unlimited options, she's just gonna want to fuck you more. So it just works out.
Let me tell you a little side note. I was telling Alfie earlier, I work with about 80% women in my occupation, right? I work in the healthcare industry, 80% women. Now, me personally, because of the experiences that I've had with messing with women at my job, I decided when I worked at this particular spot, I'm not messing with nobody at my job. So with that being said, I basically put my dick in my pocket when I go to work. Man, that has caused me so much trouble with the women at my job. It's like, oh, this guy's always angry, or this guy's intimidating, this guy is aggressive. It's like, no, I'm not. I come professionally, but I realize that 98% of the guys at my job is, hey, how you doing? Hey, your hair looks great today. Look at your nails. Oh my God, how's your kids doing? And touching them and give me a hug, girl. Oh, let me give you a massage. And I come around like, yeah, what's my assignment? All right, no doubt. Boom. They're like, what's his problem? I don't have a problem. I'm just coming to work, doing my job, and keeping it moving. So it's a give and take. On one hand, I thank the 97% because it gives me more options, but on the other side, it kind of makes me stick out like a sore thumb in certain situations because it's like, why are you acting like that? Look at all these other guys. All these other guys gave me a hug. How come you don't want to give me a hug? Like, another side note. I had women touching my ass at my job, man, to the point where I had to report it to my management. My management are also women. When I reported it, all of their first reactions was what? To laugh and chuckle at me. As soon as they did that, I said, but if the roles were reversed and I was doing that to women, like, I'd be suspended probably, right? It's like, well, yeah, you probably would be, but it's no big deal. It's just so-and-so. She's an old lady. But I'm like, what about this one over here? Oh, no, but come on. Do you really think she's... So it's a double standard. Where other dudes, when I told them, I'm getting touched by these chicks, man. Like, they touching my ass. Like, what the fuck? They're like, what's the big deal, man? You gay? No, I'm not gay, but I'm at work If I don't want my ass getting touched, I don't want my ass getting touched. But most dudes would be like, hey, she touched my ass. No big deal. At least she's touching my ass. Fuck out of here, man. But yeah, man, double standards and all that.
You know, the interesting thing that you said that was just very powerful, and I hope the guys really catch what you said because it was really good. You said that you made a conscious decision before you came to this job what you were going to do. That is game right there. A lot of times we have, as men, have made a conscious decision on what and who we are. We need to make that before we go into any circumstances, problem, whatever the case may be. You made a conscious, and because of that conscious decision, they came like flies to honey. Because of your it ain't even nothing you did different from the job to the next, but it was your conscious decision that you made on the inside, inward game. A lot of guys don't even, do you please get what's going on?
Now, Pete,
do you
so with
yes,
that,
yes. You muffle, man.
Yeah, I gotta add.
So you got muffled.
Hold on. All right. I popped up my thing. But anyway, to add what was doing my job. One day I'm walking, doing my thing, whatever, and the way my job is set up, they have my phone number at the front desk where, on a Rolodex. So long story short, I'm walking through the job and I get a anonymous text. And it's like, yeah, I've been watching you. I see the way you walk the halls and blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking like, nah, this shit can't be for real. So I go somewhere. I go to one of my coworkers like, yo, you see that? You see this right here? As I'm saying that, I get another text like, yeah, I just seen you walk through the da-da-da, but I can't tell you who I am. And in my mind, I say, I don't got time for this. Because I already decided that I'm not dealing with anybody in my job. But I said, you know what? I'm going to have fun with this. I said, the first text back, I said, yo, I don't know if you're ready for this because I'm a lot to handle. Listen, I already knew I was going to deal with the chick, but, I'm playing around. Let me see where this goes. It's like, oh, I think I could do this. I said, all right, no doubt. I said, but look, I already got 3 on the team already. You're going to have to find a way to fit into that. It's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to find a way. And this. But like I said, I already knew I wasn't going to deal with her. So, I'm playing around, but I'm thinking like, how am I going to find my way out now? So I'm talking, I'm like, yo, I don't know nothing about you. Tell me about something about yourself. Like, what's your age range? You got kids, this, and the third. Long story short, she said she had kids and that was my way out. I said, you know what? And I was like, yo, I don't deal with women with kids, man. So if it wasn't for that, you probably would have had a shot because you sound like XYZ, but because you don't have a kid, boom, 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 boom. I ended up finding out who it was, and she a cool chick. But I was honest when I said I don't deal with chicks with kids, man.
They hear the game that was just given. It was scripted out to you in a story.
Did you see the question about the 50-50? What it say?
If you live with a woman, if you live with a woman, will you pay all the bills, do 50-50, or you cover most and give her a portion? I'll let someone else answer.
Well, I mean, I lived with a woman for 7 years, so even though I wasn't married, I'll speak on it a little bit. At the time, I was in my mid-20s. I hadn't graduated, med school yet or anything like that. So I was living off like refund checks and all that. So in a situation like that, and mind you, at the time, wow, I just thought about it. Wow, okay, it just came back to me because our relationship was like over 10 years ago. All right, let me say this. So in the beginning of the relationship, even though she made more than me, and me personally, I think this was a mistake on my part. She was making at least double than what I was making, but we were going half on everything, right? What I think is, again, start the way you want to finish. If she's making more than me, I believe she should have been paying more. If we're a partnership and we in it together, this, then the third, then that's what I think it should have been. But anyway, we're going half. So towards the end of the relationship, while I was still in school and she had already graduated from with her doctorate, becoming a doctor, she was making more money. So we're moving into a new place and I let her know, like, yo, look, this is what I can afford, which is half of which you would have to, match. And she was saying, no, I can afford more. And then, I was just going back and forth, like, I can't get more than this. Long story short, we moved into a place that was more than, the half that I can give. She was paying more. And that turned into, when I came home with, I was a teacher at the time. When I came home with the, nice pair of, dress shoes and, a tie, whatever, that probably cost me like, $30 coming from Sims. She's looking at me like, oh, how'd you get, how can you afford, this, that, and the third, but you can't pay half the rent? It's like, yo, how you counting my money? Like, how your hands in my pocket? But the reason I believe she felt that way is because before she never did that. But the time that she started paying more than I did, which was different from the beginning of the relationship, she started feeling like she can control my money, so on and so forth. So to answer your question, whether you choose half, whether you choose she pays more, whether you pay more, I think it all depends on the person, culture, or whatever the case may be. But bottom line, start the way you want to finish.
Good shit. Good shit. Let me see if it's some more. Keith said he wanted a story time. A story time about what? You gotta throw a topic out there.
Yo, somebody said, why do you think men are afraid to go red pill? Yo, let me answer that very quickly. My job is a microcosm of the macrocosm. The way, I'm okay. I'll say I'm over 35. In my over 35 years, I've never been told that I'm aggressive and that I'm intimidating. When I went back and told my friends that I've known for over 20 years, we all had a great laugh about it. But I'm gonna tell you this though, after 5 years of working in that environment, I see why they say that about me now. It's all about perception and comparison. See, amongst my friends, I like to say I roll with a pack of lone wolves. So it's a bunch of people that can stand on their own. So if like bottom line, I'm the least aggressive person in my whole circle. So I know a different level of aggression. But when I compared myself not to my circle, but to the men at my job, the way they were spoken to by the women and they would accept that, the way they would speak to women on some timid, like, oh, please don't scream at me type. And I come in, like I said, very stoic, very professional. Like, I'm not, anyway, when I compared myself to those dudes, I looked at it like, oh, like if a chick talk crazy to me at my job, I'm a question it. I'm gonna say like, yo, or look at her like, yo, who you talking to like that? Like, I'm not your son. Where somebody else would be like, well, you know how women are. I'm just gonna. So in comparison to those 9 other guys that allowed her to speak to them that way, I'm the 10th guy coming in like, yo, who you talking to like that? It's I can't believe you responded to me like that. It's like, yeah, I'm a grown ass man. Like, you're not my mother. You're not my godmother. I didn't like who are you? So bottom line, in comparison to the 97%, I now see why I'm perceived as aggressive, intimidating, so on and so forth, man.
Yeah, and I also think that something people should keep in mind is never try to explain this stuff to women, first of all, because they'll tell you it's wrong, but don't listen to them. They don't actually know what they're thinking. Like, they don't know what they are attracted to. They think they do logically, but they don't. It's emotionally, and most of them don't understand that. And also, if guys are questioning you and like um your process and stuff, just know what you're doing does work, and don't get discouraged because other guys say it doesn't or whatever. That most guys have no clue what they're talking about, and they'll just tell you the same old random shit they'll see on YouTube videos that you watch when you're like in 5th grade. Like,
Hey, hey, shout out to Chris James, King Solomon, Lotta Rigura. I want you to get this question, Wiz Kid, real quick. It says, I'm a good looking dude. I get a lot of chicks showing me choosing signals, but I always ignore them because I don't want to look thirsty. How should I approach the situation? I think that's a perfect one for you.
well, yeah, I mean, you met or like going into it and flirting with them, you don't have to come across as needy by being open to what they are talking about, or like if they're trying to slide in with you. Like, obviously, like if they are sliding in to talk to you, like be a challenge. Don't let them just like don't just accept it and be like, oh yeah, sure, we can go on a date, sure, we can do this, blah blah. Just like add your own terms and tease her a little bit. Don't deny her and be like, no, this is never gonna happen because you don't want to be thirsty. But don't like accept her. Like just challenge her. Keep her in the middle. Keep her mysterious. Like be mysterious. And then you won't come across as needy and you'll end up having her even more attracted to you. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Now look, if to add to that, I agree with everything you said, but I would add to that you have to have an abundance mindset. Because you know, if you're not afraid to, you know, neg a chick real quick, you might, if you don't have the abundance mindset, you might be afraid, oh, if I say that, then I'm gonna lose the opportunity and she's gonna leave. And so again, we come right back around to mindset. You have to have a certain mindset to do everything that we're saying anyway. So the question is, how does one build that mindset? Like, first thought that comes to my mind is experience, because I didn't get to this level of the amount of what I know about women's nature. I feel that I learned that through experience. Now, I'm not saying that I've had sex with a whole bunch of women, but ever since I've been young, you know, to use a term by I think Ron Wills used the term, I've been a select dude for a while, so I've always had women around me. So and they've always been comfortable enough where you know they take their mask off and speak openly about me, openly with me. So I've learned a lot about women just through the interaction, through interacting with women. But if you got them dudes out there who are scared to even be around a chick, how does a dude end up learning or growing or developing, you know, the red pill mindset or the abundance mindset?
That's what's up. LD, you got a personal question out there. You see it?
I see it. The question is this: did you get married because you wanted to, or because the female tried to shame you into it? Very good question. Very personal, but I'm going to answer the question because I think transparency is the currency. So when I got married, actually we were dating for at least 7 years. I've been knowing her. I knew her since she was her first year of college. So she's around 18 years old. We dated for 7 years after that. So we broke up, came back together, wherever the case may be. And I made a decision. It was never a shaming or you better get married. This is time to do it. No, I made a decision. This is who I wanted to be with. And the ironic thing of it is a lot of times people get married because they think a child is on the way. Not the case. I pretty much planned it that after we got married, I think a year into it, I let her know. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I let her know that we're going to enjoy ourselves for a year or two, then we're going to have a child. A year later, that's when we had our first child. Then 2 years later, we had our second child. So it was a choice that I made to get married. But let me preface this. I thought I was ready for marriage, and I was not, because I was still single-minded in a marriage. That means I was still thinking and functioning as a single person, not as a person that was in a marriage. And that messed up my marriage. Be honest with you, I cheated a couple times, more than a couple times. But what I've learned from that is you got to know when you're ready to make that next move, and you got to be honest with yourself. I shouldn't have did it. Shouldn't have done it.
Yo, that's another thing. That's the last thing you just said. One of the number one things I told Ali was know thyself. But with that being said, you need to have self-awareness. A lot of people don't have self-awareness. You got to be honest with yourself. Like, if you know you're dealing with somebody and you know it's not going nowhere, don't look at it like, well, I've been on 2-3 dates with her. Let me see. Nah, if you're not vibing out, dead it. Like, you got to be self-aware. Or like, what got the final blue pill out my system? I just edited a video that I'm gonna put out in a week or two, talking about this Panamanian chick and the things that I was doing for this chick just to try to get the box. I had to really look myself in the mirror, like, what the hell you doing? Like, this ain't you. Like, why are you doing this? And I explained it all in the video, but I was basically self-aware enough to know, like, this ain't you. Like, like I had to look in the mirror and I didn't recognize who I was looking at. But a lot of dudes, aren't able to do that because they don't have the number one rule, which is know thyself. When they look in the mirror, they don't know who they actually looking at.
Ask the question: what is number one of the traits for a woman's married material? Every man going to give you a different answer for this. Let me give you two foundational things, and I can't give you more because time is not permitting. But one of the things you must look for first in any woman she must be compliant. She must be compliant with your leadership. If she does not comply with your leadership, she is not marriage material, because there is no 50-50 in a marriage. There's only one leader, and that leader needs to be you, the man. So that's only one thing I'm going to tell you. The other things we are not going to discuss here, because this is expert level game, and you're going to have to pay for that information. Is that right, Doc? Is that right, expert level game?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, so let's wrap this up, man. We didn't spit this expert level game for like 2 hours almost. You feel me? You're gonna have to run this play back, share it with a friend. Just everybody got time. Just fire number.
Wait, Lauren,
I'll be watching my so I don't know if y'all. I'm gonna rewatch. You know what I'm saying? But let's go. Attraction Mansion. Shout out your channel. Put your link in.
all right, guys. Wait, can you you guys all mute? I think there's like some like weird thing. Oh, okay. All right, we're good. Okay. So I'm the Attraction Mansion. I work with people of all different ages and all different ethnicities. Like all I work with all different kinds of guys, but I'm really good with like younger guys because I'm a younger guy. So if you want to hit me up, I do consultations, $5 for 20 minutes. I also have some other resources available, but I have my Instagram at attraction_mansion, and then my YouTube Attraction Mansion. Feel free to check out the content and let me know what you think. DM me if you guys need anything.
All right, who up next? Red Pill, go.
Dude, you're still muted, bro. You're muted.
Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, like I was saying, Red Pill Chauvinist. Definitely go check out the channel, Red Pill Chauvinist channel. Subscribe, like the videos. You know, like I've stated before in my other videos, I'm not a dating coach. I'm more of a person that, like, I've decided, like, I'm a person that wakes people up to the truth, man. Red Pill mindset is not following society's narrative and, you know, looking to find your own answers. And that's what my channel is about. It's not just about dating. You know, I talk about what your daddy should have taught you. I talk about, you know, the dating pool. I talk about 7 mythologies to live life live. But that's one of the things I emphasize on my channel is to live life in the present. Not to get too deep, but the past and the future is only in your mind. So yeah, check out the Red Pill Chauvinist channel. I appreciate Afi King for putting this together. Super friends, man. I love it, man. We definitely gotta do this, man. Definitely gotta do this consistently, man. Appreciate everybody here. Lawrence, WizKid, everybody, man. Appreciate y'all.
For sure. Lawrence D. Adams. Go ahead, Caviar.
This is Lawrence D. Adams, and you can find me on Instagram at Lawrence D. Adams. You definitely can schedule a consultation. I'm going to be very clear. I do not charge by the hour. I charge by the month for your consultation. You can also find me on YouTube, and you can also find me on Patreon. My Patreon is a little higher than everyone else's because I don't have time to just give out. So my stuff is a little bit higher because of what I give. Please, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on YouTube, and hope you enjoy tonight.
All right, man. If it's one more fire question, get it. If not, yo.
But they better come with it. You know what? I appreciate y'all. Y'all brought out this panel right here brought out so much. You know what I mean? Hearing the whole different sides of it brought out so much. I really appreciate y'all more than y'all know. I appreciate it so much.
Man, you was the one spitting that hot fire, man. I was just adding to it. That's all.
No, y'all the ones. I'm telling you, you just don't know. I appreciate it. I wish I had this when I started 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, bro. I'm learning a lot even from you.
Got it
I'm learning a lot from you guys myself. I also really appreciate Avi putting this together because it's like such a great opportunity to talk to all you guys. Because like obviously I'm only 17 getting in this game, and you guys are older than me, and I'm learning stuff, and hopefully we're all learning from each other. I just think it's a great way to learn ourselves and teach other people at the same time. So I really appreciate it.
You know what they say, steel sharpens steel, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna give it a 10-second countdown. And if the question ain't fire, I ain't even gonna read it. Let me see.
There we go.
1,
expert level game only.
2, 3, 4. What's your breaking point? Why we gotta put sudden death mode on for them to do what they supposed to do anyway, though?
Exactly.
But
should already be on their game, man.
What was your breaking point or a moment that turned you red pill or just realizing woman's true nature? That's for anybody.
I could answer that quickly.
If anybody gotta go, I appreciate you, but if people want to take this one, the camera's just rolling, baby.
Yeah, I'll take that. A quick answer. I was in med school, my 3rd year in med school. My shorty got her degree. I ain't get mine yet, and she straight up bounced on me. And I was with her. Yo, all right, no, this is why it was the breaking point, because like I said before, I was with her for 7 to 8 years. And this is oh my God.
Make sure y'all like this too before y'all leave, man. Put your likes up real quick while you're talking.
All right. Yeah, and this is the main thing about, you know, her leaving after 7 to 8 years. I mean, it's the breakup, whatever. People break up, but it's the fact that for 7 to 8 years, I was 100% faithful. So I said to myself, yo, how the hell would the first chick that I'm faithful with, I ain't do nothing, and you gonna bounce on me at this moment? I pretty much basically realized, yo, bitches ain't shit, man. So that's my answer.
Anybody else?
I would give a transparent moment. I actually was married twice, and it was that second time around in Marietta, Georgia. She did the same thing. We got into a little tussle, and the cops had to come out. Cops came out. They kicked me out the house with my name on the lease. So that moment right there, I said, you know what? There's something I do not know, and I'm going to find out. I stayed in the rental properties, model apartment for the next 2 nights. When I stayed in there, I had a wake up call. Something ain't right with me. I walk to the library and begin to deprogram myself out of this blue pill and into red pill. Did it happen overnight? No, it didn't happen overnight. But I began to deprogram myself out of this matrix of the blue pill and into the red pill. So I thank you, my ex-wife, because you know what? You helped this brother be all that he can be in the red pill.
Mine is nowhere near as inspiring as that. Basically, I just was really I had just dated a few girls, and honestly, like, I didn't have like that big moment where I was like, oh, I gotta do this or whatever. I just saw some ad on YouTube, and I was just really intrigued, and then I ended up buying an ebook, and from there I was just like, wow, this shit is like changes your life. And then I started using it, and it started working, and I was just like, I just got it's almost like a game. I just got like addicted to it, and it was just like so fun. And yeah, I've been obsessed with it for 2 years now. It's just a lot of fun for me.
I gotta get you to talk to my son. He's your age. He's 17. He's blue and red pill at the same time. I gotta get him to talk to you. You gotta get him out. My younger son, straight red pill all the way. He's 15. He's a beast. I got to get you to talk to my oldest son. He's trying to cupcake already. I got to get him stop making cupcakes.
Tell him to DM me. I'll talk to him.
Yeah, I gotta do that because he's not gonna listen to me because I'm dad. You know what I mean? But he'll listen to somebody that's his age. But I see them making too many cupcakes. I can't take it. It's bothering me.
Yeah, I agree. It's like when I see my friends like fucking up with girls, it's just like I can see where they're going wrong. But like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You see, my problem is, like I said, when I have my younger brother, my nephew, another thing I was explaining, I feel like I'm not a dude, I'm a private person. So I don't talk about my private life in my regular life. So when I give my nephew and my younger brother advice, they're looking at me like, what you know? Like, how do you know that work? And I'm looking like, because I've done it, I use it. But I ain't see you, I ain't go out. Why do you have to see me? And matter of fact, that's another problem with dudes nowadays is that they have to see something, like you gotta like hold their hand and actually show them what to do, as opposed to just giving them the manual or telling them the script and they just doing what you tell them to do. Now it's, oh no, I have to go out in the field with you. I gotta see you bag the chick to know that you certified. Like, nah, man. Like when I learn game, when I hear it, it sounds right. So because it sounds right, I take it and I use it. But most guys be like, no, no, no. Like my brother, no, no, no. I gotta see you do it. I gotta see you do it. Like when I used to teach him, like, yo, you can't just be always nice to a chick. Sometimes, you gotta, neg him a little bit. Like, oh, yo, those are nice shoes. Yo, those are nice shoes. Are those real? He's like, oh my God, I would never say that. I'm like, well, why not? Like, what you scared of? He's either scared of rejection or the lack of abundance, thinking that chick is gonna leave. So yeah, man. These dudes got to learn, man.
I hate people like that. Like they talk to you like you're crazy. Like literally, this is just an example, but like I hate how like guys are just like scared to say things that are like not that bad. Like this is an extreme example, but like one time, like just to show my friends that like you can say whatever you want to a girl. I flat out there was a girl just standing in front of me in the lunch line because I'm still in high school, and I was around my guy friends, and one of them was friends with her, and then my friend whispered in my ear, he's like, "Dude, that girl's got a nice ass," and I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, you have a nice ass today," just to be savage, just so that they would understand that like you can say things to girls, they're still human beings. Like I wouldn't say that if I was trying to get with the girl. That's a little upfront, but like
you can still say that. But go ahead.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, like it just pisses me off when guys are scared to like offend a girl. You can't be scared to offend the girl. You just come across as a pussy then. Like,
period.
That's all blue pill right there.
Period. Oh, just before I forget this thought, as far as what chicks like, another thing that I tell my nephew and my younger brother is chicks don't know what they like. You have to show them and tell them what they like. They don't know what they like. It's all emotions.
Facts.
So they can like something right now and tomorrow they hate it. So you got to tell them like, yeah, this is nice right here. You like this right here. And I'm like, yeah, actually I do like this. Wow. But I tell that to my nephew, my brother. What are you talking about? Like, that don't even sound right. I'm like, oh shit, man. You trying to think logical when it comes to women? Oh nah, bro. You got to go back to class then.
You are so on point with that. A thought was brought up to me this week that women wouldn't go to church unless guys told them they needed to go to church. They need instructions. Please understand what these men are saying. This guy done ran away. They need instructions. Do you understand? He ran away. They need instructions. This is what you're going to do. If you don't give them instructions, they don't know what they like. They are emotional. You are logical. You must give them instructions. You like ice cream. I like ice cream. Oh, I like blue. I like blue. That doesn't mean that they're not intelligent, but you have to give them instructions. Any good pimp, because I'm not advocating pimping at all, but I am saying a pimp knows you're going to go out there. I need $200 this tonight because we're going to pay for that Cadillac Seville so we can ride in. He's giving her instructions. The guy said this week, it really baffled me for a minute. I thought about it. There would not be a woman in church if men didn't give them instructions to go to church. Just too much. Just too much.
That's what
too
I'm
much
about to
today.
say. They're not ready, man. They're not ready for this, man. Jeez Louise.
This is too much. This is what you hearing tonight. You will not, I know, you will not hear the commendations, this combination anywhere else on the internet, on YouTube. Not this combination. You might hear the different aspects of it, but you're not going to hear this combination. It's like a lock.
Wow.
Is that right, Alfie? You ain't going to hear this combination.
That's like 50 drops right there.
50 in one drop.
Wowzers, man.
You hear it from
man. We gotta give these people time to process information, man. You dropping heavy gems on them.
They're hearing from 17 to 46.
Yeah.
Put y'all links in the chat when you get out of here, man. And I'm gonna do mine. Or if y'all moderated, I'll quick with it. Do it.
What you want to do? What we doing right now?
Do your own or whoever. Let me see somebody. Oh, okay. I'm about to go on Solo TV. Shit, he sent me a link. Shout out to Solo TV.
That's what's up.
Yep. All right.
Yo, man.
Any last words?
Everybody need to wake up, man. Stop being scared of women, man. I understand we in the feminist movement. It's a Me Too. God damn, we got the Me Too going on and all that. But yo, fellas, I mean, I hate to say, but even that's been turned into a bad term. Man up. Man up is a bad term now. But man up, everybody. Don't be scared of women. I know a lot of dudes are raised by their moms. That's cool, but okay, that's another topic I guess we're gonna talk about on another episode. Because I feel like a lot of dudes were raised by their moms and strictly their moms, strictly their aunts, so you really didn't have no male influences. But regardless, man, I'm gonna leave by saying, man, this is a fire episode. I hope you guys can absorb these gems that we dropping, man. If not, put it on repeat. Listen to it on your way to work. Listen to it while you're working out. Listen to it while you're taking a shower, taking a shit. But you gotta listen to this stuff, man. You're hearing it from, like you said, different ages, different parts of the country. Different, we got somebody in high school, somebody in healthcare, somebody in education. We got it all different aspects, man. We're not even just talking about dating. We drop metaphysical gems. We dropping life gems. So we're not just dropping one thing for you, man. We Renaissance men on this podcast right here, man. Renaissance, man. Master of none, jack of all trades, man. So I'll leave y'all with that, man. Everybody wake up. Fire.
All right, y'all. So I guess we out, man. Until next Sunday, man. Enjoy. Share with a friend. Watch the playback.
Yes, sir. Everybody, man, have a good night, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you next week, man.
Yeah.
Same bad time, same bad channel, man.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Guys.
Peace.